Singapore, a small island nation not even as large as New York, has risen to become the richest country in Asia and one of the wealthiest in the world. With a GDP per capita of over 88,000 US dollars, they have surpassed even the UK, the US, and France, along with many other developed economies. Over more than 6 decades, Singapore has undergone a spectacular transformation from a colonial port into a bustling global financial hub, earning the admiration of the entire world.
Singapore is considered an ideal model for any country that aspires to build a strong, high-tech economy.
This prosperity is the result of decades of consistent strategic planning by the People's Action Party, the ruling party that has been in power continuously since the country gained independence. On August 9, 1965, after separating from Malaysia and becoming an independent nation, the first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, and the founding leaders quickly recognized a crucial economic problem. The country has no natural resources to develop an export-oriented economy and attract foreign investment. The urgent task was to build a solid manufacturing industry. Singapore has a strategic geographical location that offers an undeniable advantage: access to the Strait of Malacca, the Indian Ocean, and the South China Sea, turning this place into a key maritime transport hub. Initially, Singapore developed as a manufacturing base, focusing on labor-intensive industries to address high unemployment. However, Lee Kuan Yew viewed manufacturing as merely a stepping stone toward a more developed economy. He laid the foundation by establishing a solid financial and legal system, a stable and honest government, along with ensuring efficient public transportation infrastructure, and a world-class healthcare system. By the 1980s, Lee Kuan Yew began to build what is now Singapore's largest asset: finance. Learning from the US and the UK, he liberalized the financial services sector with more flexible regulations. The legacy of this approach is still evident. There are as many as 4,200 multinational corporations with their regional headquarters located here. Low tax rates are a major draw. The corporate income tax is just 17% and can even be reduced to 13.5% or lower for certain priority sectors. His successor, Prime Minister Goh Chok Tong, continued to pursue the strategy of attracting major corporations. Singapore shifted its focus toward a knowledge-based economy, relying more on innovation and boosting the spirit of domestic entrepreneurship. In 2004, Lee Hsien Loong, the eldest son of Lee Kuan Yew, assumed the office of Prime Minister. He recognized that to retain capital and businesses, Singapore needed to become an attractive place to live. Given its prime geographical location, the island nation had to transform itself into a world-class destination. This was the next key to its success. As early as the 1970s, Singapore launched an ambitious land reclamation project. Over the years, that expanded area was filled not only with offices and apartments, but also with world-class entertainment centers, completely transforming the city's skyline. A prime example is bringing the F1 night race to Singapore. The government also opened the door to casinos, which they refer to as integrated resorts. The timing of the opening was impeccable, as the economies of China and India were booming. Singapore is ideally positioned to attract the ultra-rich, people who can enjoy casinos and nightlife while safely depositing their money here. The result is that the total assets under management in Singapore soared from 420 billion US dollars at the beginning of Lee Hsien Loong's tenure to 3.6 trillion US dollars in 2022. Despite achieving resounding economic success, the Singaporean government is still criticized for its restrictions on civil liberties and the press. Lee Kuan Yew once stated frankly, "Free press must be subordinate to the supreme need of protecting Singapore's integrity." However, the current government understands that society is changing toward a more diverse and open direction. At the same time, Singapore must maintain its competitiveness as many other countries are also adopting this growth model. Climate change is also becoming a significant national security threat. This is the Singapore that Lawrence Wong will inherit when he becomes the new Prime Minister. Mr. Wong, who grew up in public housing, is praised for his leadership role in the COVID-19 pandemic response and is considered to have a more approachable style with the people. He affirmed, "We should build upon what we have, affirming and strengthening what is working effectively for Singapore." Although the PAP remains in power, its support has declined. The political landscape is sure to become much more competitive than before. The accumulated wealth has also brought new problems, escalating housing prices and cost of living. The growth model, which relies on immigrant labor, has also raised concerns that foreigners are taking many of the good jobs from locals. Although the data shows that inequality has decreased, many citizens do not feel that way. In addition, a rapidly aging population is also putting pressure on labor force growth and government spending. So, whether it's managing social discontent or leading Singapore's continued evolution into a technology hub, Mr. Wong's task is to maintain the hard-won success that the island nation has painstakingly built.
In your opinion, given the changing and challenging global context, can Prime Minister Lawrence Wong continue to maintain and develop Singapore's prosperity? If you find this video interesting and helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel to follow our upcoming videos.